This video is about taking apart the M3A1 Umarex BB CO2 powered magazine. This magazine ceased to work. It had a slow leak. It had like a very low hissing sound. I've already ordered another one and received it and replaced it. But I wanted to take this apart to see what's inside and maybe even take a look at repairing it. So that's what I'm going to be doing with this clip. The first things we have to remove is these two. I think they're aluminum pins. It's a pretty good guess, but yeah, that's pretty much what I think they are. I did pre-drill just a little bit out of here, so we can take a look at that. And I've got a little tool here, and we're going to take a little bit of a step. We'll give it up just a little bit. Then we'll take our little tool and we'll remove the pins. I'm very careful with this. So those are the two pins that are out. And from then on, it's a matter of just taking these little steps out. This is a plastic piece that just comes out like this. And there is a little upgrade point down there that slides back into there. And we're going to put this right here. And here are the two pins. And I believe that they're aluminum because they're very light. And if they're made out of like a light steel, they're made out of a very light steel. Then it's just a matter of sliding off the clip into the metal sheath that comes on it, and there's not very much to it. It's just a bent metal steel process. That leaves you with the inside of the clip, and this piece holds the BBs. And let me just cock the BB spring back. Kind of hard to see. Let's use one of the pins here. I recently just cut my fingernails, so got to get this section down to the locking portion here. Let's try this again. What I went to for some longer finger. There we go, down. And now I'll just take that down a bit and push it over there, and there we go, it's locked. Alright, now you just lift this straight up and off, and this is just two plastic pieces. I would be very careful with this, because if this thing is vibrated anywhere, that spring is going to go shooting out of there. So you don't want that to happen. So yeah, here we are. Now there's two pieces of this, of course, is the plug, and we're just going to take that out of there. And I think I know what I did to break this. And as you can see, there's a pin here and a pin on the other side that pinch that in, because this just unscrews like this. Of course, I've already unscrewed it. And there's two pin holes where driving a pin, I think it's again a very light steel. It could even be aluminum, but I've got pictures to show you in there. I've examined the O-ring. And I think I know where I caused this thing to start leaking. This is the head pin. I'm not going to take these 3 screws out because I don't have a tool that's long enough to get into the Phillips head screws that are in there. And we'll do that later when I decide to take this further apart. I've shown you the close-up of the threads in here. I've also examined this O-ring, for lack of a better term. It's more like a D-ring, and so that's taking it apart. And I did label this top and bottom so I can get it back together. But other than taking these 2 little rivets out of there, that's all you really need to do to take it apart. I think you can also replace these. I've looked around, and there are places where you can order a pin of this width and this length to reposition it in and seal it up. But this is the part I really want to investigate. I did try putting a CO2 cartridge into this tube and trying pressure in there, and what happened was the CO2 leaked out these 2 little holes, and that's on the thread, right in the thread. I'm assuming that what happened is, as the CO2 came up, it just went in through the threads to that hole. And I think that's how I damaged this, because when I first got the M3 Grease Gun from Umarex, I had a very hard time removing this piece out of there. I wasn't using the right silicone oil. It needs like a heavier oil, like 350 CST oil. I get that from Microlube. In any case, I had to put this part into a padded vise. I used some 2 wood pieces on each side, and then I just cranked this piece out, and by doing that, it caused these 2 pins to be bent, and I think that's where the gas was seeking out of it. As you can see, there is the hole, and there's another hole. So by doing that, it allowed the gas to kind of slow leak out of here. And I think that's how I'm going to fix it. I'll do a repair video and see if it fixes. If not, I guess this thing is just going to be a thing mounted on the wall and a showpiece. So that's all for this video, and I hope you liked it, and I'll talk to you later.